So what is up, you guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to switch from your stock Z32 mass airflow. If you're running it blow through, this is going to be a big help for you guys. Show you how to switch from this plastic housing into a MRP manufacturing aluminum Z32 housing. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so this is the stock Z32 housing that you're seeing right here. Basically, we're going to be swapping it into this MRP manufacturing aluminum Z32 housing. So this is what it looks like basically for a close-up. So basically what we're going to be doing is taking the internals of this housing right here, the stock plastic one, and putting it into the Z32 aluminum housing. I've already have the top somewhat popped off, so that's how we're going to begin this. Just boom, popping that off right there. Just taking that off, and then basically going underneath everything right here, popping that off, and boom. We're basically going to be swapping all this internals into this right here. So this to that. So basically to do that, I'm guessing I just got to undo these 3 screws right in here. So I have my trusty knobby screwdriver. I'm not sure if it's going to get down in there, so I might have to find another one, but just undo these screws. I got those screws undone, and then there are 4 screws right here that you want to undo also. Once you've taken out the screws, it's basically self-explanatory. There's 4 little connections in here. Not sure if you guys can see that, but they're soldered on, so you're gonna want to have some type of soldering iron. I have this one. I'm gonna try and use this one and make do with it. Basically just alternate back and forth and just try and melt the connections, and this should pull right off, like the connector piece for the pigtail. It should just pop right off. So I'm gonna jump right into that, and hopefully that works out. Alright, so I had to switch to the floor. I'd already begun. I've already got 2 of the connectors already undone. I had to just basically figure it out for myself right fast how to actually do this, because they don't really give you enough room to do this. But I'm basically just going in and melting the connector, and then I'm prying away. And I just got one more. Then it shouldn't be all taken off. So basically, just move that right. Oh no! Get away from me! Alright, you guys, so my mic ended up dying midway through this, but I'm basically just showing you guys the where the soldered parts are, like the little tabs, 4 of them right there. And basically that, once you unsolder, then that, like the plug-in for the pigtail, just pops right off. So, yeah. Alright, now once you do that and you basically unsolder all those 4 tabs, then you just want to pull the actual sensor of the mass airflow out, and then you'll end up putting it into the aluminum housing made by MRP manufacturing. And right here I have the plug-in piece because I'm about to bolt it back up, and basically on the back side of it there's a rubber gasket. So I didn't believe there's any need to put any type of RTV to seal it properly, because I know when you're running a blow-through setup that you deal with boost leaks and everything if you don't have anything like properly sealing it. So if I do have to put some sealant on it, like in the future, then I can just easily unbolt it, pull it just a little bit forward, and then just stuff some sealant in there, and then squish it down and bolt it back, and it should seal properly fine. But yeah, for right here, I'm just bolting it down, and then I'll eventually just bolt down the actual sensor part, and then I'll solder it last. So right here, I'm finally just soldering everything back together. So all I'm doing is just pressing the little wire part that connects to the actual motherboard part of the sensor, and just pressing it down into the actual like plug-in clip, and it just melts right into it fine. And then that's all I had to do, just apply a little bit of pressure and press it down into it, and boom, it's all soldered up. And for this top part right here, before you bolt it down, you're going to want to apply some silicone or RTV around it, just so that it properly seals. It's also recommended by MRP manufacturing to do that, just so you don't have any boost leaks whenever you do install it, and have it fully bolted down and everything like that. So it'd be wise just to put some RTV on it and then bolt it down. And then once you do that, it'll be all ready to go back into your car, and you can hook it all up. Alright, so I got the aluminum mass airflow housing silicone down, like the top piece, and now it's just ready to go in. So all I got down here is my like old mass airflow, so I can just unplug that, and all I gotta do is just basically undo these couplers and swap the couplers over to that, and then it should be ready to go in. So that's all I'm gonna do, is be swapping couplers over and taking this old one out and putting the new one in. Alright, so I got everything all bolted up, covers on, and it's replaced. Now I have this pretty MRP manufacturing aluminum housing in here. It looks freaking dope, and all I gotta do is just plug it in now. And then should be ready to go. I might have to tighten this coupler down just a little bit. But yeah, so putting this in, it sort of extended the intercooler piping out a little bit more. So on my part, I'm just gonna have to come back some other day and just chop the intercooler piping just a little bit, just to shorten the actual piping so that it fits a little bit better, because it's pretty snug in there right now. But other than that, it should work like just like a regular mass airflow, or actually better than the one I had in there, because the one I had in there was an ISR one, and I feel like it was fucking up my my AFRs in my car. Talked to Martin and a couple other people on like 240 forums and Facebook pages and everything, and trying to diagnose this problem with my car where it's like running super rich and has like a hesitant throttle response. So they said this might fix it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna fix it. So I haven't even started my car yet, but I'm almost certain, because I don't know, this one just doesn't, like, makes a fucking rattling noise, and I don't know, it just doesn't look like it's up to par with the OEM ones. Like everyone stands by the OEM ones, and they've had a lot, like ISR's had a lot of shit from their mass airflow, so I thought might as well just try it out. And then also on top of it, get the MRP manufacturing and housing, because like I said before, when you're running blow through, the housing itself takes a lot of pressure, and all this is the epoxy that I've actually put on the housing to try and stop it from getting boost leaks. But you can see where there's like air bubbles and everything, where air actually does seep out even through the epoxy, like on top. So these plastic housings aren't ideal for a blow through setup, so if you were to switch over, I would definitely go MRP manufacturing, and again, just like have the silicone and seal it, and if I have to, I can just seal it where the plug-in is also, like I showed you earlier. All right, so I'm gonna try and start the car. Just so you guys know, the car beforehand was idling like super rich, like I'd say 12s, like 12s, low 13s. That's what it idle at, and whenever I just step on the gas, it would just have like a little flutter, like not a flutter, but like a little hesitation, and then it'll rev up. So I'm gonna start the car now, and hopefully it has better AFRs, and whenever I step on the gas after I let it warm up and everything, it doesn't have that hesitation anymore, so hopefully it's fixed. All right, just so you guys know, when I start this up, that one of my belts is actually a little bit loose, so it might make a squeaky noise, so don't be alarmed. So I got it on 14s right now. I'm just going to do a test drive, like a wide open throttle pass, and just check my FRs to make sure that when in a wide open throttle it hits like 11s or a little bit lower. From what Martin like explained to me, you don't want to have like any bit above like 11 when you're in full boost. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now, just check my FRs and adjust my fuel pressure accordingly. Alright you guys, so the camera died midway while we were doing the just testing the AFRs and everything. It seemed to be that my fuel pressure was too low. It was set to 35, which I thought it was corrected whenever I went to go get it retuned by like Martin and everything, but I guess we forgot to actually bump it up. So we bumped it up to 43, which did make my AFRs at idle go a little bit lower, back to like the 12s and 13s. But the wide open throttle passes, they stayed in the 11s, so that's pretty good, I guess. But as for the hesitation issue, for the most part that's gone. I do believe it's just a tuning issue now, that Martin needs to just mess with the fueling and everything like that, just to make sure the AFRs are in the right spot. So I believe that since it's running rich at idle, when I step on the gas, it's a little bit too rich for like the actual fuel map or whatever. So it has like a slight hesitation. It's not as bad as it was before, thank God, but yeah, for the most part it's gone. I think switching over to the OEM sensor helped with that. But yeah, the car's running tip-top shape, and all I gotta do is just trim down the intercooler piping like I said I was gonna do. But the main point of this video was to actually show you guys like the actual... Well then. But the main point of this video was to show you guys the MRP manufacturing aluminum housing. I've been wanting to get one of these for like a while now, and it's pretty cool that I was able to get my hands on one. But basically, I remember getting shown this part like maybe like a year ago, whenever I was thinking about going blow through. It's the ideal setup because I mean you don't have to worry about getting any boost leaks or anything like that from the top of the plastic housing. The plastic housing isn't ideal for blow through setup, so if you were to go to blow through setup, I would definitely recommend the MRP Manufacturing. I think their website's like mrpmanufacturing.com, and you can also find their products on eBay. Now, I know a lot of people out there don't like to buy stuff off eBay, like car parts wise, but these parts are just they're made in the USA, they're good quality and everything. It's just that's how they sell their items. Like they don't have like an online store, I don't believe. They actually just sell them through eBay. So if you guys were wanting to check them out and get an MRP Manufacturing housing, then you can easily find them on eBay. Just type in Z32 aluminum housing or something like that and it'll pop up. So yeah, go check out MRP Manufacturing. Pick up one of those housings if you're blow through setup. And yeah, now as for the hoodies, you guys, if you guys want to support and get one, I'm going to be opening pre-orders. So pre-orders should be opened when this video goes up. So go to southernhooning.bigcartel.com. You guys can pick up a hoodie, most definitely. And I might be even doing t-shirts with the same logo, like black t-shirt with this. And I'm also looking into doing a white t-shirt and white hoodie with a black print like this. So yeah, definitely go support us, you guys. All the income goes to building the 240s and everything like that. So I hope you guys do end up supporting us and getting a hoodie. It's just right around the time where it's starting to get cold out now. Started getting cold maybe like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, if you guys did like this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Help us grow, you guys. And don't forget to pick up a hoodie or pre-order a hoodie. But I guess that's it. So later, you guys.